Alright, Outlaw Radio Live fans, we are live on the air with none other than the affiliate of the Public Enemy. We got Sammy Vegas on the line. How you doing this evening?
Doing all right. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Hello?
Oh, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Alright, I just want to say, man, I'm a really big fan of your work, man. So I do want to say thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come on the station.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. As this COVID-19 coronavirus comes along, you got nothing to do but stay in the studio. You feel me?
That's true, man. I bet you, yourself and Public Enemy are gonna have a big old catalog of work after COVID-19's over with.
Ooh, you already know.
So I have to ask you, Sammy, from the beginning, man, what made you decide to get into the music industry?
I mean, it was. I mean, since I was a young kid. I mean, I always loved hip hop culture. I mean, the culture of not just music, but as a culture itself. You know what I mean? Just graffiti, to break dancing, DJ, all that stuff I was into. And what got into actually going into music produced in the first hand was a man named the legendary DMX. I don't know if you a lot of people haven't heard of him, but legendary DMX is one of the producers who did Run DMC. Oh,
nice.
Yes. And he did one for the bass, two for the Summer Baby D, Let's Rock. And, he's one of the guys that who was amazing producers that I got hold of his record, and my dream went on from there.
And you actually had the opportunity, man, to actually join forces with one of like not one, just the best rap group of all time, Public Enemy. You were actually an official affiliate. I have to ask you, what's the story behind that? How did you become part of an affiliation with Public Enemy?
Here's the thing. I mean, I was in New York, trying to put my demo tapes around and trying to see if I could become a recording artist here and there, doing all that stuff. But actually, it didn't really work out. You know what I mean? And then I came to Vegas, and I just grabbed a normal job. I was actually doing just a regular security office. I was being a security officer at a bank. I should actually even say Bank of America. And at that time, Flavor Flav lived in Las Vegas, and still now he does. And he came through the bank, and I happened to meet him, and I said, "Look, man, I didn't say anything else. I said, here's my music. Why don't you take a listen?" And first thing he said was, "You know how many demo tapes I get a day?" You know what I mean? So I was like, "Yeah, but okay, here's the thing." So I walked into the car, and I put my, old school CD in his car. Boom. He took off to play my music in this car. Next day, he called me. He said, "Sammy, you still want to be a security guard, or you want to work with Public Enemy?" I said, "I want to work with Public Enemy. Let's go then." That's what happened.
And man, that's iconic because like Flavor Flav said, how many demo tapes he gets, but he actually saw potential in you to actually listen to that tape, man. So, that's a dream come true right there, man. Just to be able to get co-signed by one of the greatest, Flavor Flav.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it was Flavor Flav, and then I got the sausage custody, and then after that it was Gandada. You know what I mean? It was done deal. So.
And I also saw a post from April 1st that you and Public Enemy are working on new material. I'm gonna have to ask you, can you tell us a bit more about that, and what can we expect from that project?
This time I've toured with Public Enemy for a long time, so I listened to their old material too. I made their new material. The recent material from 2012 to now. You know what I mean? So, we're going back to the original, basically. I'm just going to tell you. We're going back to, we tried different styles, you know what I mean? But, the Public Enemy, you guys want to hear what Public Enemy is about from the beginning, you know what I mean? What we talked about in the beginning, how the music was played in the beginning from Bomb Squad. You feel me? So I just decided to go back to where we started. music's gonna be a different. Um, you want to hear from 1987 to 1992, Public Enemy style. You a fan of that? You gotta hear that.
That's what's up, man. Going back to the roots, man. Oh, goodness, that sounds like, well, that's what hip hop needs right now, man. With all this SoundCloud and type rappers, we really need that kind of music substance, man. So I gotta say, thank you guys for bringing that back to us.
I mean, that's what we're here for. You know what I mean? He says, youngins, you know, do not forget their roots. You know, I respect the music and everything, but you know, hip hop is hip hop. So you know, we got to bring back something that you know our era listens to, and teach new youngins what hip hop used to be about. Also, you know what I mean?
And when you were bringing up going on tour with Public Enemy, I have to ask you, what was it like touring with them, and what's one of your craziest memories of being on tour?
Oh man. Here's the thing. I've been touring with Public Enemy for now like 12 years now. You know, I've been, you know, Flavor Flav, the main hat man. I'm the hype man. So it was. I mean, 12 years. Let me tell you, 116 countries. 116 countries. So many stories that it's untold. As a good way, you know what I mean? Untold is not as like, you know, but there's so many crazy stories that happens on the road. I'm pretty sure every artist probably got some crazy stories out on the road. But we've got some crazy stories out on the road, and if I could give you a couple of them, you know Flavor Flav on TV.
Oh, of course, yes.
He's a same man outside the TV. You know what I mean? He's real like that. So what you see on Flavor Flav on TV is what you're gonna get on real life also. So you know, he's all about adventure. He's all about exploring things. You know what I mean? So you know, one day I think we're in New Zealand, and our tour bus dropped off us at a hotel, and then picked us up to go to the gig. And Flavor disappears. So everybody's wondering where Flavor's at. You know, it's a nice, beautiful day. There's a lake, you know, right outside our hotel, you know. So I was like, everybody's wondering where Flavor is. But I'm like, yo, so we left one of the managers be like, yo, if you get hold of Flavor, bring Flavor straight to the gig, straight to the festival. So we all got on the tour bus. We're going without Flavor. You know, if you know Public Enemy, without Chuck D or Flavor Flav, either one of them is not Public Enemy. You feel me? So it's like, we're like, wow, what's going to happen now? What if Flav doesn't show up to the gig? We're all like, kind of, what happened to him? Did he get hurt? What happened? And also, we're driving down the tour bus and we see the lake outside, and you see a dude that looks like Flav riding on a bicycle going straight towards the gig. We're like, what's going on here? So we looked outside, and there was Flavor Flav, and he was riding on a bicycle, going to the gig because it was a nice day. Made it to the gig on the bicycle, not even in the States, but New Zealand. He just started riding his bicycle and made it to the gig.
Hey man, you know what? If you're in a country that you can't go to often, you know, sometimes just riding a bike, enjoying the scenery is better than driving in a car.
Right. I guess that's what he felt like, and that's what he felt like doing. So he started riding a bicycle. And he made it right before the gig, though. You know, he made it right before the gig. And he got on it. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was a long ride, but put the same energy into the gig that he did, you know, in every gig, you know. So I was like, wow, this dude is, you know, as a generation that listened to it, Public Enemy. But now I be feeling like they're a little older, you know, the health issues, whatever could come up. But then these guys, man, they still going like a painting that just made. You know what I mean?
And I have to ask you quickly, man. Like, when you were younger, growing up, did you ever listen to Public Enemy? Like, were you a fan? Like, obviously before you got into music.
Oh, of course. I was a big fan of Public Enemy. I was a big fan of LL Cool J, Run TMC, Big Daddy Kane. You know, you name it. I was a big fan of, you know, I was into hip hop, so I grew up listening to that music, and also my two favorite was, I gotta have to say, Bumpy Knuckles, the Freddie Fox, and Public Enemy. Basically, growing up listening to that. So,
And man, look at you now. You're touring, like you said, you toured almost 160 countries. You know what I mean? Like, you're actually their hype man. So man, dreams do come true, no matter what industry you're in.
yes, sir. I mean, if you work hard enough, you know, if you're in the right spot at the right time, and you know, if God blesses you, you're in the game, and you're doing what you love to do and living off of what you love to do. You feel me? That's what it is. And you know, me being only actually my ethnicity is Asian, so me being only Asian in the group, you know, people on stage, people were like, "What the heck is that dude running around with the microphone behind Chuck D and Flavor Flav? What is he doing?" But you know, it was everybody taking a little awkward, but you know, a few years later, it blended in. So, you know, so it was a different experience for me. You know what I mean?
And also, on your album Crazy Boss Asians, you actually did a Public Enemy tribute with Chuck D and Flava Flav. I have to ask you, what was that experience like? And also, where can our listeners buy or stream themselves a copy of that record?
Listeners can buy every group that you could get, from Spotify to iTunes or Amazon, everywhere that you could get. I mean, you could even get on the Instagram and put my music in your background music. You know, it's everywhere. Every platform that you could get into, it's on there. And that music is actually the Crazy Boss Asians. That album is actually made the executive producer Chuck D. And I'm signed to check this label, so called Spit Slam Records. So it's coming out of no matter what, everything is affiliated with Chuck and Flav for me. You know, from now till my music career ends. You know, maybe later on I could do something on my own, and you know, even if my solo album, you know, maybe I could do something on my own with other people, which I'm working on now. But it's still gonna be with the label that I'm in now. And Crazy Boss Asians is basically, I changed the name on it now. The next one's gonna be Crazy Boss Asiatics. So with that name, actually, I formed a little group just like Public Enemy. It's called PE Asian. So I wanted to influence my native country people to feel what I felt when I was listening to Public Enemy. So I formed a little group now, and trying to we're working on that album right now. With we picked out Chuck and I, and everybody in the group kind of picked out the rappers and the DJs and stuff like that, and formed another group called PB Asia, which is Crazy Boss Asiatics, and we're gonna run with that and try to influence Asia with the original hip hop. The hip hop group that influenced America. And executive producer.
And this is the last question I have actually pertaining to Public Enemy. But in 2017, you were a part of Public Enemy's album "Nothing Is Quick in the Desert" on the song "Smells Like Teens Hear It." I have to ask you, what was it like recording that track on that album?
Before even that, Man Plans got Lab. Also here's don't hear no thing. I mean, I produced quite a amount of songs with Public Enemy. When I got into Public Enemy, it was right away. It was a work time, go. Yeah. And then finally, it was for me. You know, I shaved up as an MC. That's when Chuck gave me a chance to be like, "Yo, Sammy, why don't you sit in this one of the Public Enemy albums?" I said, "Okay." So that's what we went on, and what it felt like was like this. Basically, you came on basically you're a fan going to a concert, and all of a sudden, you're looking at the show, and all of a sudden, people and Chuck the coach out of the crowd and be like, "Hey, hold the mic." That's what it felt like. You know, that's what it felt like. You know, I've been with Public Enemy for so many years, and been on stage with them so many years, but when that recording experience came with him, and when Chuck directed me on the engineer table and said, "Do this and do that and do that," that's what it felt like. I was like, "Wow, this is." I mean, I've done their records, but you know, I've never got directions from Chuck D. This is what you got to do when you're sick. This got to do what you got to do. You know, this is what you got to put your diction into, heart into, where accent into, da 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 da. It was just a big learning experience for me. And it's, wow, this, you know, when Blake came along, you know, this is what he was telling me. As you know, you got to think about when you're on the stage how you can perform the song. You got to record it like how you got to perform the song. Da 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 da. He was, you know, getting advice from them was just, you know, how many people get a chance or get to experience learning from one of the greatest people, greatest legends from the hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely. Not a lot of individuals actually have that experience that you have actually had, like you said, to actually learn from some of the greatest individuals in hip hop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was just my experience was basically, you know, I could have pushed forward with maybe some other artists, great artists, just collaborating, whatever. But you know, this experience, this learning experience for me was just tremendous as a musician. Just learning from one of the greatest people, one of the greatest legends of hip hop. You know what I mean? So it was like you cannot. I cannot say that a lot of the youngest now that gets the experience and gets directed in the studio from the legends. You know what I mean? So.
And also, in April 2018, you performed at the Earthquake Inn event. I'll have to ask, what was that experience like, actually being able to perform at such a venue?
Earthquake and Soul, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, we went without Flavor for the first time, probably. Well, not first time, but Flav had other personal stuff that he had to take care of. And actually, that was the introduction of me in Asia from Chuck, that he decided that tour. He introduced me saying that, okay, we co-signed this dude, and this is my guy from Public Enemy. So make an Earthquake in Asia, you know, like make it basically Public Enemy entering into Asian platform was basically actually trying to promote Sammy Sam, you know, aka Sammy Vegas, into Asian platform. And Chuck D thought it was time for me to go out there and influence musically and lyrically to my native country people. So that's how we went and go about that tour. And actually, my DJ was at that time, it was like unbelievable because it was Chuck Chilla, one of the greatest DJs, legendary DJs, Chuck Chilla from New York. And DJ Lloyd King, you know, of course the S1Ws, Chuck D, myself, you know. So it was performing at the venues and performing, going to historical places with them and musically was just, it was my dream come true, basically. I mean, I was like, yo, I'm in my native country, and I'm with my group right now. I'm with a group who raised me, and I'm performing with them here. You know, I'm performing every song with them here in my native country. It was just like, it's just like, to say in a very kind of, some way, it was like, it uplifted my ego big time, in some way.
Oh, most definitely, you know. It must have been one hell of an honor. It's like you said, your home country, a group you grew up listening to that you're now like working for. Man, that's actually that must have been must have been one hell of an uplifter for you.
Right, and and it was. I didn't know that we had that many fans out there, out in my home country, that loved Public Enemy, and every show was sold out. So it was a blessing, it was a blessing, and they accepted me very well, and I didn't know that they knew me either, because I never performed in my home country. I didn't know that they knew me. But when I went out there, when they called my name out, I was like, wow, okay. They were actually Public Enemy fans that were listening to us and paid attention to us in my home country. So I was very, it was very blessed, it was very important. It was very fortunate. I was very fortunate to be there and to see the fans that I've never seen, but it's there in my home country,
And also, you were a part of the Spit Slam Records label group. I have to ask you, how and when did you get connected with that label, and what is it like being signed to them currently?
I mean, Spit Slam Record Group is the one that created Crazy Boss Asians and Crazy Boss Asiatics, and the records before all that. And I think it most likely it was like 2013 or 12 that I was like, just was just like, basically, Sammy, don't waste your talent going somewhere else. Because at that time I was talking to Universal. It was I think it was Universal Records at that time, and it was a big deal. But at the same time, I didn't want to leave my mentor, and I knew Chuck D. Whether the company's big or not, I'm not about chasing after papers. That's not me. You know what I mean? That creating my character totally differently, and creating my music that doesn't fit me, and going out to being popular and going on a billboard and doing, I'm just gonna say straight out. I didn't want to make a clown of myself, going on a different record label, bigger label, and losing the love for the music. You know what I mean? I didn't want to lose love for the music, and I know my mentor is right here, and he owns a record label, and he runs it very well. Which, I mean, it's not a super big record label, but still fits me. So that's what I'm trying to say.
So I have to ask you, Sammy, what's next for you? Other than working on the new Public Enemy record with the guys, what's next for Sammy Vegas? Anything else you want to promote? Will we still have you here live on the air?
Now I have a record coming out with Bumpy Knuckles, and I have another record coming out with I Am Hip Hop, featuring Chuck D and a guy named Ant Live and a guy named Fuzzy, the people who's affiliated with them records, which I'm working on variety of records that is, which because Sammy Vegas is now part of another group also, which is called Crazy Boss Asiatics, and I'll be the leader of the group and try to, follow Sexy and Flavor Flav's steps and try to create another group and, create another earthquake. You know what I mean? So the people and the members of the group is already formed, and we're recording it this time also while we're working on Public Enemy records.
So, Sammy, this is a time in the interview that I give a chance for the individual that comes on the station, just a chance to give shoutouts to whomever they want to give shoutouts to, and also your social media handles. That way our listeners can give you a follow if they're not already doing so.
My social media, currently my Facebook is renovating through my manager, going through renovation through my manager. But right now my Instagram is at King Sammy Sam DE. So you guys go and check out what's happening with me. You know what I mean? What's happening with my recording life, what's happening with my regular life, what's happening with my schedules with my tours. And I've done 3 Asian tours my own after Public Enemy took me to Asia. So, going on with that, after coronavirus started, and, I haven't been there for about 2 months now, but, I'm planning, we're getting called, doing the social media, so King Sammy, Sam PE, you guys could check that out, and, check what I'm doing, check my workout, and check me what I'm doing. If I'm doing it right or wrong, you guys can write comments, whatever comes up in your mind, I'm welcoming. I welcome my haters, I welcome my lovers. That's what I mean. So.
And that's the best way to do, you know what I mean? You don't have to please the haters, man, gotta please the supporters.
Right. And also, I please the haters too. I please the haters. I can learn something from that. Always. I can always learn something from that. So, I don't hate the haters. They can hate me, but I don't hate the haters. But I love my fans more. Let me tell you that.
Oh, of course, man. I gotta say, Sammy, thank you so much for coming up on Outlaw Radio Live, man, sharing some amazing stories, and I most definitely am looking forward to your newest projects coming out. Thank you so much again for coming up on the station.
I appreciate you again, and I'm looking forward to talking to you again.
Oh, most definitely. Anytime you want to come back on the station or you want to promote something, you have my number, so just give me a call or shoot me a text.
Oh, no doubt. I appreciate you so much. Everybody who's listening to DJ Mortal, this is actually a great way to actually, I didn't know what was coming at me, but, you guys asking the right questions and all that stuff is going on in the interview. I felt great. I felt uplifted and motivated again because of you guys, because of you, DJ Mortal.
Hey, man, I appreciate that, man. I do got to say one thing while I still have you here on the station, man. That's the one thing I want to do with my interviews. Before I got into radio, I always watched interviews, and everybody always focused on the controversial topics. And, and when I always sat back and was like, yo, this artist has a new album, this artist is doing this, what? You have like 1 million subscribers, why can't you help bring this guy record sales? That's where I want to come in. I want to be that individual to be like, look, throw the controversy out the window. Let's talk about you. What are you doing? And that's my goal and my plan with Outlaw Radio Live.
Right. That's for Radio Live. It motivated me a lot, and it motivated me to just kind of be like, okay, I got to keep what I'm doing. I got to keep on pushing and keep on moving. I appreciate you.
Hey, man, I'm glad I can bring that back to you, man. You know what I mean? Especially with this COVID-19. A lot of people are losing a lot of that just because they're all cooped in the house. They can't do shows. So I'm glad I can bring that back to Sammy Vegas.
I appreciate you so much.
You're most certainly welcome, man. You have yourself a wonderful night, and I'm looking down the road. Hopefully we can do this again.
Yes, sir.